Hey everyone, it's Michael here at Home Health Success Academy, and in this video series, we're talking about home health marketing mistakes, where we share with you a lot of mistakes made by marketers, by myself, and other agencies, and how to be able to avoid these mistakes so that you can increase the chances and make things faster for you to be able to make more referrals and make more money and create a successful agency. In this video, what we're going to be talking about is appointment setting and the mistakes in appointment settings. So, why is it important that you're making appointments? Well, one study says that 70%, right, that there is a 70% higher chance for you to be able to close a potential referral source if you actually set up an appointment before you actually come in and meet them rather than walking into the facility cold. Now, look, I truly understand that, a lot of people are just scared to make these phone calls. But really, it's not going to harm you if you actually try to make phone calls. Now, the biggest problem why people are scared of trying to make these cold calls is because they're inexperienced. They are not able to handle it. But there's no difference between a cold call and a cold walk-in, right? You're going to deal with objections. You're going to deal with people hanging up. You're going to deal with people saying that you can't come in right now. But one thing about calling is that you can maximize the amount of calls you make. You can make 60 phone calls in a day. You can make 100 phone calls a day, but you cannot visit 100 people in one day. So if you're going to get rejections, if you're not used to, if you can't handle rebuttals, if you can't handle objections when you're walking in, then what's going to happen is the chances of you getting in front of the people that you want to speak to talk to, is still not going to be good. But if you look at the ratio, right? Let's say, for example, your closing ratio is 10%. If you visit, let's say, 15 people, then you might be able to get in front of 1.5 people. But then, can you actually close those 1.5 people? Whereas if you are making phone calls and cold calls and try to set up these appointments, you can call a large amount of people, have things ready for you. So if you are going to be doing marketing for your company, you should actually spend at least a minimum of a week just making phone calls nonstop to try to see if you can set up an appointment. Now, cold calling techniques is something that we teach, and is one of our programs that we have, one of our series that we truly understand that you as a person should listen to, should watch, and start learning from that. But we're just talking about appointments right now. So one of the biggest mistakes is not to try to make advanced phone calls to set up these appointments. The more appointments you make, the higher chance that you can close. Because what you're doing is you're already removing that first initial part of you just trying to walk in and trying to speak to someone. Now, if you're trained, that's one thing that's good. So that's why marketers need to be trained on everything. From making the phone calls, making cold calls, setting up appointments, from being able to go past objections, to be able to handle rebuttals, to be able to create a great presentation, to be able to show a great demo, and then to be able to ask for the sale, to be able to close. These are small pockets, and that's what we do. We break down every single thing for you that you must understand and learn. But right now, it's about appointments. You need to make appointments. You need to call. You need to set up appointments. And do not take things personally. You have to understand that this is one of the most important things. So start calling, start making appointments so that this is going to make things better for you and your team and your company as well.